I'm here at the most exciting chateau to show you today with Amaury, who is the owner of this, well, let's face it, completely incredible place. So can you tell us a little bit about the history of the castle?
So the history, the first mention in history is from 1260.
Wow.
So it's old.
Yes.
And the castle was burned down in the 1490 by the Dutch army.
Oh,
and then,
Philip.
Sorry.
You better leave now.
Run. And then rebuilt after that. And then in 1880, the last big renovation happened. So the state like it's now.
It's actually quite similar because we think that Lalande was built, its latest incarnation, in 1490 and renovated 1860. And that just shows you can take the same period, but you end up with something completely different.
Completely different. So neo-gothic and a bit overwhelming design inside.
I've been staying
I
here
will show you.
for a couple of days now, and I can't wait for you to see inside. It is so stunning. Okay, let's go and have a look.
Let's go inside.
No, wait, actually, we can't walk in without talking about the fact that we've just walked over a moat.
There's a moat all around the castle.
Oh, that's my dream. It really is my dream. And rhododendron?
Yes.
Vast, just vast. And picturesque cows that you've placed especially.
For you. I just moved them for you.
Thank you. I was hoping
No,
you'd do
they're not
that.
mine.
It's so gorgeous. So the moat goes all the way around
All the way
building,
around.
and the only way to get to the
There's
castle
one
is this
access.
bridge.
So the bridge doesn't lift, but we have only one access
Yes.
to the castle.
I find that so romantic. Oh, the ducks!
The ducks are out.
And ducklings! It's too gorgeous. And I just find it incredible when you see buildings rising from the water. It's like Venice suddenly. I mean, literally, not even a bank around the building.
No.
Just the walls coming straight up.
I think the walls are so thick.
Yes.
That's why it's still in good condition. The building is
water.
standing in the water.
Yes. Actually, we arrived in the dead of night and there was mist all around, and it was like arriving at a Gothic novel. It was so romantic. It was insane. This building rising from the water, just the best place to come to.
Best place.
Yeah.
And now it's nice weather, but imagine coming during the winter.
In winter, but I think I'd really like
or
it.
around Halloween. Different vibes.
Thank you. Well, this is quite some entrance hall. It's amazing. I mean, the stairs and the stone everywhere.
It's a neo-gothic style, so it's very overwhelming.
Yes.
So you can stand here for a long time, and there's always something to see.
I keep spotting new things. So honestly, for the first time today, I spotted the welcome sign.
Yes.
I really like the fact that you can see the hosts welcoming guests as
Yes,
they
they're a
arrive.
little bit bowed over to welcome. And,
Yes.
So you're welcomed by the sign and by my great-great-grandparents.
The
who was-
Baron and Baroness.
Yes, who lived here around 1800s. So I never met them. I've known their kids.
So you knew your great-grandparents?
Yes. So when we came over, a few times a year, we came over to say hello to the great-grandparents. And,
Yes.
So.
And did they live here?
They lived here, yes.
But then after that, your grandfather didn't, and your parents
So
didn't?
I'm the first one after my great-grandparents who live here full-time.
Yes, that's amazing that you're coming back. You're bringing the family back to
I'm
the
back in
chateau.
Bruges.
We are back.
Watch out.
And your children are here.
Yes.
So
we live here with our kids, and they're at school at the local school,
Yes.
a few kilometers away from here. So
I think that's really beautiful that you've come back.
So this is our little maquette. It's not this castle; it's a castle
Yes.
that I found in the attics.
You're joking.
This
It's
was
just
in the-
lying in the attic.
That's just over there. I think it was probably a toy for the kids.
What a toy.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And does it open?
You can open and.
Oh! Oh, yes! Oh, I love it. There's so many interesting objects everywhere, and you have a sewing machine.
We have a sewing machine. So this one doesn't come from the castle. So we have another one that we found in the attics.
Yes.
We made a little video on our YouTube channel.
Oh, yes, because Amaury has a YouTube channel.
We have a YouTube channel.
Yes, which used to be in French with subtitles, but
Yes.
is now in English.
Most of it is in English.
Yes.
And when I have interactions with my kids, just I have to speak to my kids in French because they don't
Yes.
speak English.
Okay. They speak French and Dutch.
And Dutch.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
And maybe one day they will speak English.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Which I'm sure.
Well, I'll put a link now to your YouTube channel if anyone
Okay.
wants to check it out. On that one, you did a video about another sewing
So we
machine.
did a video about us finding the old sewing machine
Yes.
in the attics, but it doesn't work. So it was too old. And one of our friends saw our video, and when she drove home, she saw this one on the street with a sign free to take.
Free to a good home.
Yeah, so she just took it with her, and
But this one works.
this one works. Yeah.
Wow. And it's beautiful because there's
So
a sphinx.
it's the Egyptian version of the sewing
The
machine.
Egyptian model.
I found out because I don't know anything about sewing machines.
I
So
think it's beautiful with that. I mean, why would you
So
have
there is
sphinx on a sewing
there is a
machine?
little tag with the
Yeah.
serial number. There is a specific website where you type in the number and then you
Yes.
know when it was built and which version it is.
Do you know approximately when it dates from?
I think it was 1900 something like that.
Yeah, I can imagine that would have been
Yeah.
very fashionable at the time. Everywhere I look, there's more. I mean, the ceilings, and as you'll see, it's every room. It's the most amazing ceilings here.
There's more gold every time you enter a new room.
Shall we walk towards the gold?
If you're attracted to gold,
I'm
let's-
very, very much so, actually. I find myself being drawn in here. Oh, the first thing I see here is, of course, the Murano
chandelier.
chandelier. I'm slightly obsessed with Murano chandeliers. I don't know if you know that, but
I know.
a little bit obsessed. But I haven't seen one with these chains on in glass. It's exquisite.
I mean, it's complete, so there's no missing parts.
Do you have any idea how a Venetian chandelier came to be here in Bruges?
No idea. No.
I'm imagining your ancestors on a romantic trip to Venice in the past.
Perfect story. And talk about the castle of Staden. There's another castle in the area.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it was bombed in 1970. Not by the Dutch this time. It's
Sorry.
by the British.
Look at that.
Okay, Philip, should we get our bags?
Payback from Philip.
So, 1490, your ancestors burnt this castle, and in 1970,
We're not
my
all related
ancestors
in the Netherlands.
bombed. There's 17 million of you, of course you're all related. I'm really sorry, I'd like to apologise.
Of the Brits.
Yes, on behalf of the British nation. But this one's
Not
still
here anymore.
standing. Yay!
This one is still standing.
We didn't bomb this one, did we, Philip? Ha! No.
No, I didn't bomb anything.
Let's forget those parts of
We
the
move
the
on
history.
from the past.
Yes,
The present
let's go
is
to
far
the,
better.
to the future.
Yeah, to the future.
On this side of the castle,
Mm-hmm.
there is rolling shutters. With
When did they date from?
I think it's about 1880 with the
I
renovation.
didn't even know that they had rolling shutters then.
And then you would have this little door here
Yes.
with the mechanism, and we still have the handle.
I don't believe it.
We'll go in there. Oh, the demonstration stops here because
It doesn't work.
It doesn't
anymore.
work anymore. But
Do you suppose one day you could actually get that repaired?
maybe
Because how amazing would that
if I have a lot of time, I will look into it. But I'm not sure.
Yeah. I can understand it's fairly low down.
Oh.
Something must be happening.
Okay. I will stop there. I don't want all the shutters
Yeah,
closed.
suddenly close and then you can never open them
It will
again.
be hard to film in the dark.
I think that is ingenious. Imagine if we had that at Lalande, just one little wheel. Because actually it takes a really long time to
But you
close
have
all the shutters.
those that closes like that.
Yeah, but we
Okay.
never bother because
No.
to close all the shutters would just take
You,
I mean,
you need a volunteer full time for that.
well, at 1 minute per window,
Mhm.
it would take 1.5 hours. Well, yeah, about 1.5 hours to close.
Have you got 90 windows?
We've got about 100 windows.
Okay.
Yeah, but some of them probably don't have shutters and they're small openings. But nevertheless,
Okay.
you don't want to
Yeah,
do that twice
this is
a day.
easier.
This
Just
is
one
brilliant.
hand. One hand.
Yeah.
It's for the entire row of the windows.
It's for the entire.
That's the whole lot.
Yes.
Wow.
And can I ask about these chairs?
They came with the castle.
So these were probably your great grandparents' chairs. They're in pristine condition.
There. You can sit on them. It's not a museum, so you can.
Really? I'm allowed to. It looks so perfect. They're very comfortable as
There you
well. How have you kept them so perfectly? And not just you, but your entire family.
It's always been a family home.
Yes.
So try to keep the place as good as possible.
Yes, a family home with very well brought up children then. So I particularly love the flowers on this one.
When people have breakfast, they sit here for breakfast.
You have breakfast in here.
So 3 rooms, and we have 3 dining rooms. So
each room,
guest has his own dining room.
each bedroom has a
So if
different...
you're a little bit grumpy before your morning coffee, you don't have to interact with anyone. So this is our little stage.
Oh!
So if you want to do a little concert or do you want to sing?
This is a perfect spot.
So we have the chapel next door.
Yes.
And we did the christening of our kids over here. But because it's so small, we moved the chapel
Yes.
a few meters, and so the priest was standing over here.
Oh, how magical. I love these pillars. They are spectacular. Gorgeous neo-gothic
Massive,
arch.
All the wood paneling. So if you look over here, for example,
Yes.
it's all detailed.
This is what we call linen fold
Yes.
in England.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a beautiful folded piece.
But imagine the work.
I can't.
It's crazy.
And every room is panelled downstairs.
Every room, yes.
You're so lucky. It's beautiful. I think I would just sit here for hours looking at tiny details. And the walls are all fabric.
All fabric, yes.
To be fair, the paneling is about eye height for you, right?
Philip! First you burn the place down, then you insult the people in it. I love this portrait. I mean, her dress is amazing. The sleeves that are just matching the underskirt. And is that a chatelaine that she's holding? Probably.
Probably.
I think just out of sight, there's probably a ton of keys and things.
Bad framing.
Yeah, poor, except we can't really say bad framing for this frame.
The frame is very nice.
It's exquisite. From the frame, I think she must match the gentleman opposite because he's got the same frame anyway.
Same frame, yeah.
There are 2 most excellent things about this one.
The moustache.
The moustache is obviously the first.
Of course.
And the second is the way his little scarf is just billowing behind
In the wind.
yes, very elegantly. Have you ever considered trying out that moustache yourself?
Well, I shaved yesterday, so...
It's like, drat. We missed it by one day.
Next door we have the smallest room on this level is our little chapel.
And it's a gem. At first sight, this is really similar to our chapel because you've got the drapery lines and we have exactly the same parts of the walls that are painted in this way. But what you have that we absolutely don't have is these spectacular stained glass windows that are much older because I can see a date of 1627.
1627, yes. So they've put in here after the renovation, so 1627.
You could stare at these and find something new every time. They're so detailed. This is my favourite one because it has a palm tree with coconuts. These bare-breasted women are not what you necessarily expect in a chapel. And then in the heart of each one, there are religious scenes. Mm-hmm. It's really surprising and really beautiful.
A lot of things to watch while at church.
Yes, it's just gorgeous. So you have Sancta Maria, and I have St. Paul, and underneath here, I love this.
The Lamb.
Yeah, the Lamb of God. Yeah. Agnus Dei on one side, we can see on the scroll, and Peccata Mundi, the sins of the world, on the other side. But what I find really sweet is that on either side you have normal lambs worshipping at the main lamb, Lamb of God.
The crowds.
Yes, yes.
The chapel is very small, but we have a balcony upstairs.
Also, you could have far more people than you would think celebrating Mass here. We'll show you the access to that later. It's good.
So, if you look at the balcony upstairs,
yes.
Can you spot left and right what it is?
Are they grapes?
They're grapes, yes. And on the other side?
It's wheat.
Exactly.
So the body and the blood of Christ.
Exactly.
Well, really, you need to have an eye for detail in this castle. Oh, but now that I'm here, I'm looking at the ceiling. And the ceiling's also splendid, painted straight onto the wood. And I love the gold detailing in the middle. There really isn't 1 inch of this castle that isn't decorated.
No, it's all decorated. very neo-gothic.
Yeah.
Or overwhelming, like I say usually.
No, but I don't find it overwhelming somehow. It doesn't feel overwhelming at all. No, I really.
Let's see the next one then.
Oh, is that this tiny room?
But do you want to see this one?
Yeah, it's the sacristy.
It's the sacristy.
I like the wall painting in here. So this is where the priest would have kept everything he needed for mass. The painting again.
The painting, and then you have the safe.
Yes. And they've even painted the interior. It's superb. And I love the niche that's just behind you here. I really like the lily. Honestly, I could spend hours in these rooms.
I don't have to water that one.
That's the first time. And the windows in here, again. Do you know what VCDN stands for? It's a chateau emergency. It's a chateau emergency. The pigeons on the ancestors.
So it's the first year we have so many white pigeons.
They're gorgeous.
I have a good explanation. Because of COVID, there were no weddings. So someone released all the white pigeons.
Oh well, they found their way out.
Okay.
That's the most exciting he's had in centuries.
I'll close the door. Let's see.
After all that excitement with the pigeons, we're going to do. Oh, before you open that door, this is the mirror. The mirror is so nice, and I think that's one of the things that makes this place not feel overwhelming with all of the decoration. There's quite a few mirrors here and there. There's a lot of windows.
A lot.
And in the rooms we're about to go to, there's a lot of gold, but it actually really lightens everything. I find it really friendly.
Okay, perfect.
Friendly, bright chateau. Oh, the gold. We literally just said gold with these. These are the best doors in the world. They are amazing. Philip and I spent quite a long time the first night just looking, yes, at these doors. And you see what I mean about the gold, how it just makes a room so cheerful, even though it's entirely wood.
So this is the painting of the family who lived here around 1700s.
So this is what the castle looked like then?
Before the big renovation.
I recognise the outbuildings much more.
But they're not on the actual sites.
No, they turned.
They turned.
But they're in quite a similar style as they used to be.
And then you have the main gate with the wooden doors.
Yes, whereas now that's all open, isn't it?
Now it's open.
Just arrived.
But we still have the hinges on the gate.
And are you going to have this recreated with your family? In the same spot?
In the same spot, yeah.
I think you should.
I'm still looking for a good painter. So if someone wants to paint my portrait, with my dog standing next to me.
Yes, a few dead animals at your feet.
No, maybe just my kids would be good.
And swans.
Well, they look like swans, and now we downsize to geese.
Geese, well, fair enough. Yes. I like all the trees as well.
And they still look very young, the plants.
Yes, they really do. It's not at all an established wood around
so
it.
So if we go for a walk after this, I can show you some of the massive trees we have around the property.
Maybe some of them are still there.
Maybe, yeah. So this is the fireplace with the story about the Dutch army coming in and burning the castle.
Oh.
So this is what actually happened here. This is the story of that.
This is the story, yes. So you have the army gathering.
Yes.
And then here, well, it's difficult to see, but you have the main bridge with the castle on fire, and then a few people hanging upside down on a tree.
Oh, it's horrific.
And then.
And they're looting as well. They're carrying off all of the treasure.
They're carrying what they want to take away, and then next scene you can see them walking to Bruges in a distance.
Bruges doesn't know what's about to hit it. This is awful with the people hanging upside down.
Yeah, I think that's the worst part of the story.
It is. It's horrific. You just see there's something decorative from a distance, but when you go up close, it's actually
full of details.
Yeah, quite moving to think that happened here. What a fireplace! Were there originally statues up there?
There were, yes.
It'll be quite fun to find 3 statues one day to put back there. But I think my favourite thing about this entire room is the ceiling.
The ceiling?
Yes. This draws the eye up, but then it's, oh.
There are different continents or regions. So you would have, if you look over there, you have...
the women, yes. Well, she looks rather Egyptian, but
Egyptian.
strangely they both look like Africa, don't they? Or maybe she's the Americas.
Probably.
She does have feathers. And Africa.
On the other side, it's more Asia.
Oh yes, Asia and Europe. I love the fact that Europe looks so she has a little parasol over her. And Asia has a great hairstyle with one of those pins holding the bun in place. And the initials CB.
So those are the initials of the family Cruz of the Berghe. He was one of the mayors of Bruges, and he has his portrait in the library. So I will tell you the history of...
and he lived here?
He lived here, yeah. His summer house.
Oh, not even a year-round residence?
No, he has his winter house in Bruges, 5 minutes away from here.
That's another extraordinary thing about this castle. It feels as though we are in the middle of nowhere. It's peaceful, we're in the countryside, rising out of the water, but you're 5 minutes from a city centre, of one of the most beautiful cities in Europe.
It's next door. So in the winter, when there are no leaves on the trees, we can see the towers of Bruges from here.
Oh, how glorious. You have everything.
So it's easy.
Yeah. Before we go through, I think we should just look at the door handles. Look at that. Everything is gorgeous. This is only my favourite
It's a
room.
favorite one?
Well, I don't know whether to start with asking you about the frieze or the fireplace.
I'll start with the tapestry.
Yes.
So it's paint on fabric. It's made for the castle.
I can't imagine anything more gorgeous to have in your own home than a painted fresco like this on a canvas, sort of linen, with the castle.
Because left and right from the fireplace, you can spot the castle, the actual castle.
Yes, in the background.
In the background. Yeah. But if you look on the right side,
I like the fact that on that side, it's in the distance, you see the
Here
castle, and here it's really close up.
it's the exact place where we are standing in the front of the castle.
Yes. Just about to go in.
I think it's all hunting.
Oh, wild boar hunt here. Yes. These two are just having a nice little chat. They don't seem to be too involved in the hunt. Hunting with the falcon, and then the dog's going to collect what the bird has caught.
It's like an open book.
And they've already finished hunting. They've got their deer and they're coming home. So they'll have quite a feast tonight at the castle because they've got a deer, they've got game birds, they've got a wild boar. There's nothing missing.
It's been a good day.
Well, especially as you can add some fish too. She looks as though she's telling the fish off. These are amazing. I was looking at them at breakfast, trying to work out what was going on. He looks as though he's about to attack a cushion.
Or some bread, maybe?
Oh, bread! That does make a lot more sense. Okay, so she
Fish
has
and
the
bread.
fish. He's got the bread.
He has a soup.
Whatever it was, she's already eaten it.
Back in the days when there were people working in the castle, you would have the little bells, so you could ring if you need anything. So if you ring here, it will ring downstairs.
Yes.
In what used to be the servants in the kitchens downstairs.
Yes.
So if you want to visualize, just think about Downton Abbey, the series.
Yes.
The same principle here.
Yes.
So downstairs would be the working area, and then this level would be the family's.
And then things would
area.
magically appear.
Exactly,
In here.
from the hidden door.
How amazing is that? Can I go through the hidden
You can.
door? I can't believe there's a hidden kitchen in here with so much storage space.
This would be the in-between area between the downstairs kitchen and the dining room. So the one in charge to serve the foods
Yes,
would appear from behind the wall, but you need a way to get the foods up to here.
From the kitchen?
From the kitchen. So actually you have the dumbwaiter.
Yes.
So you could send him down.
Yes.
Or bring him up from the kitchen.
That is ingenious.
It's perfect.
And the food arrives warm, even though it's gone quite a big distance.
It's just a
straight
level.
up. Yes.
So,
And this is a room that they call the office in France.
Yes.
Yeah, we have that on our plans for La Lounge as well. The office was
It's just in
in between the
between.
kitchen
Yeah.
and the dining room. And they would store glasses and various other things that they would
Exactly.
need. And is this still where you bring guests their breakfast from?
Well, when I have to prepare breakfast, it's easier to work from here than from downstairs.
Have you ever scared people by suddenly appearing in the dining room when they didn't know there was a door there?
Sometimes.
I would have a lot of fun doing that if I lived here. I think there's more hunting on the fireplace as well. There's the deer being chased up
With
there.
the man in the middle is also a hunter,
Oh yes.
but it looks very friends with the deer.
I think the deer's just walking home with him, perfectly happy to come back.
The hunter in the middle
Yes.
is Saint-Hubert. You know Saint-Hubert?
Yes,
It's the legend of the hunter who went on a hunt on a day where he was not supposed to hunt, and then he came across this deer with a cross on his head. He heard a voice, a mystical voice, that told him to convert to Christianism
And to stop chasing the
and
deer.
to stop chasing the deer. That's why you see him being so friendly.
That's
with,
it, that's why the deer's
That's
happy.
why.
And I hadn't noticed the cross. Indeed,
And
he's
there's a
got the
cross.
cross between his antlers. That's sort of the calm moment in the midst of all of the
Exactly.
hunting scenes. This is one of the most beautiful fireplaces I've ever seen. It's amazing how it manages to make stone feel light and airy. It's like the cathedrals, Gothic cathedrals, that's with all the sort of filigree work carved into the stone. There's little open windows within the stone over the griffins, and it just makes it feel as though it's floating.
On this side, there is a piece of history that tells the renovation of the castle. So there's the text here, just telling that in 1496,
Yes.
the castle was destroyed by the army of Nassau, and then rebuilt by Jacques Despard and his son. And then on the other side of the fireplace, there is the next part of the history. So this would be 1875, when the castle was renovated to the neo-gothic style.
So the whole history of the castle is on this
Just on two lines.
mantelpiece. Yeah. I suspect in reality it took quite a lot longer than that. but
Probably, yes.
How wonderful that everything is on this fireplace. The gold ceilings again lighten everything. And when we were having breakfast in here, the light on the moat was hitting the ceiling and it was getting all of these ripples.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. This chandelier you can lower or put it higher if you want.
Oh, that's
So
ingenious.
on the top you can see the three pulleys with the chains. So when you pull it
Yes.
down, the center piece, the round piece, would go up or down,
And then just this central part
and
here
then this would go down.
will come down. Oh, that's very clever. It's actually quite modern for its time, this house. Things like this and the shutters that come down with the pulley. There's a lot of details.
Yeah. Let's see the library.
It's hard to leave this room, but
Okay.
yes,
You can
I
come
would
back
like to see
later
the
if you want.
library. Thank you. I mean, just as I go, look at the linen floor panelling in this room. This is the room that you invited us into when we arrived, and we had a glass of wine in here. It was the most perfect welcome.
So this is a library. So it used to be called the smoking room, where the men could sit together and chat together. The portraits on the fireplace. This is Charles de Crouzet.
Ah, this is the man whose initials we've been seeing everywhere.
CB, yes.
And he went crazy with his initials on the wall in this
Everywhere,
room.
yes.
Yes.
On the tapestry.
And on the ceiling.
Everywhere. Maybe a nice idea for Lalande, if you don't want to be forgotten in history.
SJ. Everywhere. It's actually very beautiful, the repeating monogram. I like that. Yeah, I really like it.
Don't get any ideas.
But no, I just like the repeating pattern of it, and again painted onto a linen canvas
On canvas, yes.
with these griffins, and looks like berries of some sort. It's very pretty.
He was mayor of Bruges around 1803. And when he was mayor, he welcomed Napoleon into Bruges. He did that 2 times. So the first time, he was not very impressed with Napoleon. So Napoleon hadn't even left the city that he lowered the French flag.
Oh,
So he was a little bit punished by Napoleon.
yes.
And then the second time he came back.
He was quite lucky to still be in power. The second time Napoleon came back, I think, after that. Yeah, well, he looks as though he's a man who knows his own mind.
Mm-hmm, probably, yeah. And then again, in this room, you have the bell
Yes.
to ring if you need anything.
Do you find yourself wishing that they still worked sometimes?
Well, there will be no one coming for help.
That's what I meant the whole part.
Then I have to run downstairs myself.
And then come back. You rang, sir? Oh, yes, I did. Oh, thank you so much.
So now it's more convenient. We just have a little fridge over here.
Oh, that is better.
And I designed our own label with it's an existing beer from a Belgian brewery.
Yes.
With our label.
Oh, I love it. It's a gorgeous label.
So your family crests.
It's my family crest, yes. Well, combined crest, so my dad's and mom's sides.
You have a lot of lions in your family. Wow, this is... Why don't we have
You can get one
lions?
if you want.
Really?
Of course.
Can we try it later?
Yeah.
Thank you. I really want to try this. Okay. Shall I leave it in the fridge for now?
Well,
so
I think that
stays
will...
nice and cold.
Exactly.
The famous sewing machine that you found in the attics.
That's the one from the attics.
Also a singer, and actually also quite Egyptian styling
Yes,
in
but
terms
I
of the
think
motifs.
It's also a special design. Nice decoration, but
that's it.
Well, especially as you've got the other one in full working order where you do all of your sewing.
Of course.
Fair enough. Again, the fireplace is, I mean, it's significantly bigger than me.
But is that a problem with the fireplace of is that...
My parents.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my parents' fault. I cannot be held accountable for this. What's happening in the fireplace? There's a naval battle going on.
And there's the name of the castle on the back plate.
Ah,
Chateau de Berghe.
Yes, Chateau de Berghe. Chateau de Berghe, 1879. Do you have any idea what that's referring to?
The Renovation.
Ah, that's the French name for this castle. That's very beautiful, Chateau de Berghe.
Chateau de Berghe.
Yeah.
And Berghe is banks, the banks around the moat.
Yes. How lovely that you get to have names in different languages for the same castle because of where you are geographically.
Well, Belgium, we have so many influences.
So many languages. Castle ten Berghe and Chateau de Berghe. One and the same.
Exactly.
Where are you going to take us to now?
So, can you spot the half floor?
Yes.
So, this level is only accessible from the spiral staircase in the back of the castle.
I didn't even know there was a spiral staircase. I've been using the huge
So, this is the main staircase that was used back in the days by the family.
Yes.
And then the people who worked in the castle used the front staircase and the back
So
staircase.
there are two other staircases.
There are two staircases.
So we've got a lot still to discover, and he seems to be leading us this way.
Well, if you have to go to the bathroom, he's showing the way.
From 1880 they had this little joke.
It's over there. So it's written in Dutch, but it's over there.
It's there.
It's there.
It's there. And look, a court jester.
Okay, I will show you the staircase.
Again, stunning stained glass everywhere.
And the spiral staircase.
And a stair lift.
And the stair lift.
A stair lift. Oh, it's so good. Ours didn't go round like this. It was a straight stair.
Nice curve.
Oh, this is way better. Can we get one of these at Lennon? This
You're feeling old, Steph.
No, I'm feeling young again. This was,
Young again.
When you live as an only child in a nursing home, there's not much to play with. And this is the main thing. My friends used to love it too.
So at the top there is a little knob. So if you release yours, I can send you back down.
We can have fun with this one.
Oh, yeah, we can. You want to come back up?
We're supposed to be filming a video, Amaury.
Oh, this will be in it, I think.
Epic. If I'd known about this, I'd have been doing it all night.
You want to see the top of the tower first?
Yes, I'd love to see the top of the towers. We're here.
So one of the first videos I did was repainting the whole staircase.
I saw that with linseed oil.
Yeah, but we are not on the top yet, so imagine the work. So now this is the last staircase to the top. So one person at a time on this one.
Okay, that scares me.
There's just not enough room for two people.
So the views of the countryside are incredible, but the view of the castle is the best thing. Just being able to look onto the roofs like that. You have the most stunning home. It's crazy.
So from here I can check almost all the roofs. checking if there's any problem or a missing roof tile.
How have you not made this into your secret lair?
Well, this could be a very high man cave.
Yeah, exactly. It's got man cave written all over
But the problem
it.
is going down after being too long in a man cave.
You could go down really quickly.
It's either a man cave or the lair of an evil genius. You need a white fluffy cat and one of those twisty chairs. Keep an eye on everything from up here.
On that side, but there are probably too many trees now, but usually we can see the towers of Bruges.
Yeah, you can
Oh yes, I can see a little tower. I can see one tower.
The little tower is the belfry of Bruges. So I wouldn't say a little tower. The biggest tower of Bruges.
Wow. Again, I can't get my head around the fact that you're really near the centre of one of the most beautiful cities of Europe here.
And have you spotted the twisted chimneys?
Yes, very beautiful.
Yes, they are stunning. Oh, and the cows.
What's up with you and the cows?
I have a thing about cows.
We're going back down to the level with the rooms. I can show you the rooms.
Oh, the bedrooms.
The bedrooms.
Excellent.
But in the meantime, this is the half level that I was talking about downstairs.
Oh!
So only accessible from this staircase.
Can I go through?
If it's open.
It is not
I don't have the key on me.
Rats. So that was the sort of minstrel's gallery look that we saw.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the one.
And this is the bedroom floor.
This is the bedrooms. So we are back on the main staircase.
Now I recognise where we are because my room is this way. So I've tidied it as best I can, but I've been here for a couple of days now, so it's not as pristine as it was when I arrived. Welcome to my room. I've been very happy here, Amaury. Very happy. This has been a very glamorous makeup mirror in the morning. This is where I've been getting ready. And I have to say that it beats a dressing table. This marble chimney with the light from there. It's a great room. The bed is huge for a start, but also look at the view. And the windows are low, so I feel as though I'm practically in the garden. Yes. Just looking at the moat, and this morning there were geese and there were ducklings, and the first morning when I woke up, there were cows just there in front of the window as I opened the curtains, and I love this window here.
That's a special window.
It's a very special window,
room.
and we can tell you all why it's a special window, because something has happened here that's never happened anywhere I've ever stayed in my life. The bathroom is lovely. It's huge and incredibly light, but the most exciting thing about it is this door. I'm really excited about this. Would you like to go through, Philip? I think you might need to be spending quite a lot of time in there.
Watch your words.
Got a few things to talk to people higher up the chain about.
Do I?
Look, we're in the chapel. And I came here in the dead of night and it was still lit downstairs. And just sat looking at this beautiful chapel. It was completely still and magical. It's the best thing to have off your bathroom. I can really recommend anyone considering an extension to the bathroom. Yes, the balcony area of a chapel works really nicely.
Contemplation and confessions.
I have nothing to confess, Amaury.
No?
No,
Nothing?
No, nothing. No, it's just contemplation, actually. However, Philip, well, we'll be leaving
I want to force you into a confession.
You were listening below, weren't you? The other rooms look the same as this one, don't they?
So they're almost the same?
Yes.
Except this has private access to the chapel and a bath room.
Yes.
And the other rooms have a shower.
Yes.
With view on the towers in the winter.
Oh, maybe we could look at a view in one of the other rooms.
So on the rooms with a shower, we went for a walking shower.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're standing in a shower in the winter, you can see the towers of Bruges in the distance.
So now we're going down the main stairs.
Now we can go down the main stairs and we can see the downstairs kitchen area.
Yes, I've been dying to see the kitchen. I would just like to pause and talk about this solid stone balustrade.
It's very neo-gothic.
Very neo-gothic, but possibly one of the best balustrades I've ever seen. Again, it's making stone seem light and airy. I'll be honest, when we arrived late at night, and we just had a lovely glass of wine with you, but then you left, and Philip and I were the only two people in the whole castle. I wasn't scared until I saw her. I was like, I just didn't get the impression she was delighted that I was in her home.
She's just checking if you didn't forget to turn up the lights before going.
Oh my goodness, that really, we spent maybe half an hour wandering around trying to find, and we didn't manage all of
I
them.
saw it in the morning. Every light is off, that's good. And when everything is off and it's dark, she's smiling.
So once I got the stair light off, she started smiling.
We managed to get all the lights off except for the one above the dining table.
Now you know why?
Because it doesn't go up.
It's a smart light with my phone.
I can't believe it, we looked everywhere.
It's a geek castle sometimes.
I think we need a lounge.
We need a geek castle, we're geeks, we should have a geek castle.
We're going back to the staircase. On the main level, it's still wood.
Yes.
And then going on the next level down, it's turned to stone.
Stone.
Because we're closer to the water.
And so for the damp.
So usually I say to people, watch your head down there, but I think you're okay.
You two, honestly, you're so smug.
No, you're okay.
See, we told you.
It's part of the modern infrastructure of the castle. So.
Yes.
Let's start with the kitchen.
Oh, how fantastic! That is practically untouched. You're so lucky to have it still like this.
Like this. So you have to imagine the old stove over here.
Yes.
And then this would be the kitchen.
And your great-great-grandparents still use this kitchen?
They use the kitchen, yeah.
I doubt that many people have used it since then, nowadays it's much used.
So if you put coal under here, then this part will heat up. And then you could keep the food warm.
Again, it's
clever.
very clever.
Very clever.
The whole house. This is what it was like in the dining room when we were having breakfast. The light was
the lights,
flickering on the
yeah.
golden
Yes.
ceiling.
Is this also where you cater for the wedding guests?
So when we have wedding at the castles, the guests are having dinner upstairs. But the company who makes the food for the wedding can use this space to work from. There's a kitchen, there's a dining room, there's a wine cellar, so there's a lot of space down here.
I love this floor. It is really Downton Abbey.
You have to think about Downton Abbey just to imagine
Yes.
what could be going on back in the
I
days.
think most of the fun life would have been going on down here. This is where the gossip would have been.
Oh, yeah.
And you still have all of the little mods. Look at these! In the shape of grapes. I haven't seen those before. And then of
You
course...
should use them.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
You should. It's so pretty. And then the Madeleine, the old Madeleine forms. I suppose you can make a delicious fish mousse with some carp caught in the moat.
Can you? I can't.
I really don't feel any need to eat our carp back at that. No, they're safe. Or mini fish mousses.
Mini cakes.
That's so cute.
I'm still looking for a good old stove.
Yes.
Like a coal stove or something like that.
Yeah, we still have our old Atelier Briffaut.
Yours is very, very beautiful.
It is, it's glorious.
It wouldn't fit in here, but it's very nice.
It's not very usable. We can use it, but we get a layer of soot on absolutely everything from one day of using it. So we use it for special occasions, Christmas, things
but
like
just
that.
the piece of furniture.
Oh, I will never get
it's
rid of
very
it.
nice.
It's part of the history of Lennon. And the sink.
So you would have to pump,
Yes.
and then you can have water out of here.
This is very convivial. You can have a lot of people washing up together. Dancing in the kitchen would take on a whole new meaning down here. And actually beautiful views. I just saw that naughty white pigeon fly past that way.
He's back.
Trying to get in.
This would be the butchery.
So this is where all of those animals that we saw being hunted in the dining room, this is where they would have ended up.
And next to the kitchen, so it's super convenient.
They thought of everything. It's so well planned, these cellars. And what's this door here? Oh, that's a throne. I was not expecting that.
yeah. You have to walk up.
Look at this.
Every castle needs to have its throne.
And boy, does it have a nice view. Oh, with steps. So you can go straight to the water.
Yes, you can.
Isn't that what Kirsty always says? A loo with a view.
Oh, this one certainly got a view. Look at that, the wardrobes for the staff. And what is this behind us?
And this is where they kept vegetables.
Oh.
We would have the dry racks.
Yes. All of the potatoes.
Potatoes,
here.
vegetables, and yeah.
Everything has a special storage room for it. It's amazing how big it is.
The castle is way bigger than it looks from the outside, especially because of this level.
Yes, this level is really surprising me.
Another storage. And we have another room here. When you finish, we can film inside.
Okay.
Ah, I know what you're gonna do. I'm not stupid. You wanna try?
So that's where the naughty people
Our plan didn't work.
We need to find a China pantry, and then we'll be
Okay.
able to European.
And this would be the. This is our oil storage.
Ooh, that means business.
It's big.
That's really
Yes.
big.
So it would probably be a coal cellar, and then they convert it to a.
Which is fantastic
The oil.
because it keeps you so warm.
So the next room is probably the most important one of the castle.
Ooh.
It's our wine cellar.
Oh, it's huge!
It's huge.
What a superb cellar! And you have quite a few bottles down here.
There are some old bottles remaining. Most of them are half empty. But I've added your Lalande bottles to the collection.
I really wish that they were ours. Yes, we sadly don't produce wine, but
It's just because the Lalande.
Lalande de Pomerol. And we're really lucky that the wine named Lalande is actually really good wine.
It was a good one.
Yeah, this is delicious.
So it will be your bottle, untouched, until next time you come
Oh,
over.
thank you. You have the old plan
So
here.
this is the plan of the wine cellar.
A big corridor in here as well.
This is huge.
Huge.
We have the servants' dining room.
Ah, so this is where they would hang out. And I guess this is also where they would relax, if they ever had a moment to relax.
For those who watch my previous videos, it's been a long time renovation. I need to get back to this room soon.
Where does this go? Straight to the water.
Oh, wow.
This is superb. Oh, and the ducklings, look.
It's so peaceful here.
It's so peaceful. It's idyllic. So these are the stairs out. The other
Those are
stairs.
the steps to the front spiral staircase.
Okay. The one that we haven't seen yet.
Yes. Yeah, the door is locked, so we have to go back down.
Back the other way.
Back the other way.
I wonder how many times servants said that. Oh, drat it,
I
it's
have
locked.
the keys, but it's not the right keys.
Well, we've got a lot more to see.
Yes.
We haven't set foot outside the chateau yet.
Not yet.
But we have dinner reservations in 20 minutes in Bruges.
But it's only 5 minutes away. So.
Oh, well, we'll be fine. We can easily film the entire rest of it in 15 minutes. We're going to go into Bruges and we will carry on tomorrow morning. Thank you to all of our patrons at Lalande who are making this vlog possible, especially our Dauphin and Dauphine of Lalande, Yedland, Ether, Alice, Allen, Dan Bander, Wailing Banshee, Brian Bernard, Brandon and John Michael, Cecilia Begum, Denise Behrens, Danelle Banakovic, Jill Bidwell, Candice Blackburn, Candice Ned Borkowski, Clara Butcher, Paolina Calabro, Chloe Chalikani, Lindsay C. Chelton, Stephen Sarah Cole, Linda Sue Concepcion, Erin Conklin, Zoe Dorks, Jim Demersman and Richard Pattenord, Sakura Dennis, Zane Dixon, Jackie Ellison, Nicholas W. Fairfax, Tracy Ferrari, Caroline Förster, Fifi Greenberg, Crystal Hardy, Brenda Harris, Delane Holbrook, Kim Hasselhoff, David and Tong Henderson, Jacqueline Holmes and Ken Bates, Priscilla Hubler, Sandra Hawley, Brian Kelsey and Phil Byrne, Jimmy Kemp, Nadia Kennedy, Lisa LaForge, Dave and Summer Lalande, Morgan Lawley, Victoria Lapine, Janet Huff Lombard, Marina, Frank Martin, Meredith, Robert Miller, Joanne Morton, Kathy Norrie, JC Award, Maureen Palmer, Frank Poposky and James Snow, Tamara Price, Amin Rahman, Tonya Renee, RJB, Bettina Rojek, Hanny Ross, Mary Ryan, Elizabeth Scanlon, Sven Schreiber, Lisa Schultz, Jennifer Shanks, Rebecca Shorrock, Carl and Laurie Siebert, Teresa Sloan, Patty Suhu, Matthew Sinclair Wilson, Susan Stevens, Sabrina Surratt, Anne the Leaf House, Sarah Thornton, Colleen Troyer, Renee
Renee Valelli, Victoria, Jessica Walker, Brandy Walton, Laura Watkins, Lucas Wallen, James Whalen, Cheryl Whitaker, Linda Veast, Pristine Wilson, Winnie de la Cockapoo, Greg Wood, David Young, and Ludovico Ordinazzo. And thank you to all of you.